Hey everybody, this is going to be my self-assessment for Module 5. So just jumping right into it. Background, I was born September 16th in 93 in Mauston, Wisconsin. Yeah, I'm technically a Yankee, but I moved to North Carolina after a couple years. I'm the oldest of four siblings, one of which is from the same mother and father as me, and that's my brother. He's the second oldest. And then I have a sister and a brother from a different father. And I don't really know my other brother very much, but I know my sister decently well. So that's my family history. And I major in nutrition with a concentration in dietetics. Job experiences, being 24, like I said, I was born in 93. I've had a lot of jobs up to this point. My first one was I was a dishwasher in a fine dining restaurant. It was interesting to say the least because it was I hated the job, but I really am grateful for it because it taught me a lot about just work ethic in general and like how to be a really good worker. And I that job definitely made me a lot better of a worker, and also taught me a lot of cool things like how to make a really good steak. So that was awesome. And then I've had 4 or 5 factory jobs, and trust me, you do not want to be working in factory. It's horrible. And then I worked at Taco Bell and uh, Zaxby's while I was in a community college. Currently, I do video games part time. I stream them on Twitch for a small income. I've said it before in my videos. It's always a goal of mine is to do something like that. I love video games. So the big five, I had 33% on open-mindedness. I think that correlates with extroversion because my tendency to shy away from social situations is, I guess, could be considered closed-mindedness because I'm not open to doing so many like crowd-related things. I just don't like crowds. They uh they kind of like the negative emotionality. They just make me anxious, and I just hate being around all those people, like feeling claustrophobic, I guess. So that I think those two correlate, and the open mindedness just basically was saying that I was boring. Basically, yeah, it was basically saying I was boring, which I don't know if I completely agree with, but it is what it is. Conscientiousness, well organized and reliable. I'm definitely someone that is considered reliable. All my friends would tell you that. Uh, if I'm always there to help, talk, whatever. Well organized. I would put I'm very clean. Like cleaning is a priority. I clean a lot, and that's probably part of the reason why I'm never sick. I literally get sick once a year. That and my immune system. So uh, I'm pretty well organized. Agreeableness, 65%. I tend to consider the feelings of others. I just think that I have a really good way of putting myself in other people's shoes in their perspective, and I think my friends would all tell you that because, like I said, I'm usually the person that people come to talk about problems and stuff because they know I can see it from their point of view. Negative emotionality, like I said, anxious is probably more along the lines of what I have. I really dislike that term, negative emotionality. I think it's a horrible term to describe somebody because I wouldn't consider myself negative. I get anxious every now and then. I tap my foot up and down. Like it's just a anxious tendency that I don't really know if I can help or not. It drives me crazy and the people around me. So my dad used to hate it because it would make his screen bounce. And yeah, it was all the time. Just stop that, stop that. Anyway, short term, I'm sure everybody put graduate. I mean, if you don't have graduate here, then why are you in college if you don't want to graduate, So pretty sure everybody has that as a short term. I want to keep myself on a healthy lifestyle. I dislocated my shoulder, and in turn, I'm pretty sure I tore my rotator cuff because it just hasn't ever got better. I didn't go to the doctor, but it took months to heal. Mainly because I don't have the money to go to a doctor and get everything fixed. I have insurance, but our insurance doesn't cover a lot of things. So I just kind of dealt with it. I put it up and still worked even with even with that. I still went to work and did everything. There's no excuse in my mind to not go to work. So I want to keep myself on a healthy lifestyle and get myself back to what I was when I was more athletically fit and just in a better shape. I want to keep grinding on the Twitch streaming thing. Long term, I would love to find a job as like a nutrition counselor or something like that. I would love to have a successful Twitch channel. I mean, some people laugh at me when I say that. I mean, literally, some people laugh at me when I say that. But what people don't understand is that there are people right now making 6, almost 7 figures, like off of Twitch. Ninja, for example, he made $500,000 last month off of Twitch alone, not including his YouTube channel. So I mean, like, there's money there. People think it's funny, but there's money there. So I mean, I would love to do that as part-time or full-time. Just pretty much whatever happens with that happens. And then obviously become more athletically fit. So the takeaways that I got from this class was leadership is very important. I learned a lot about like how to, like, what are qualities of leadership, how to be a motivating leader rather than a demotivating leader, and I've always considered myself a leader. Every single job I've had, I've always been put in a position where I'm in charge of other people to some extent, and I've had a lot of jobs ask me to be managers, but in school, being in school, I couldn't work 50 hours a week as a manager, so I had to turn a lot of them down. But I've always been asked to be, a manager of some sort, and so it was great for me to learn. I'm sorry. It was great for me to learn, like, proper leadership, like, attributes and just how to do it properly. I was really thrilled about that, and I'll take that away from this class and use it throughout the rest of my life. Making decisions was something that I really enjoyed, was that decision-making activity. I think it was very important to show that sometimes it's better to do what's best for the business than to do what is best for a single person, at least in my opinion. And I take away from that is just simply to see into the eyes of a manager that has to make those kind of decisions. And then my favorite activities, obviously, is going to be leadership and the decision-making. And then the Create a Restaurant was awesome because the monotony of homework being so serious and, like, just grindy, the fact that we got to have, like, a fun kind of create your own restaurant kind of activity was awesome to see the creativity that some of you guys had, and I really enjoyed that one. And I looked at a lot of those. But yeah, so that's my presentation, and I hope it wasn't too long. And thank you for listening.